Hello fellow classmates, my name is Amanda Hernandez, and in this presentation I will be covering what temperament is and how to distinguish traits and characteristics that will allow you as a teacher, parent, or someone who works with children to nurture the child's temperament and help them adapt into their social environment. To start off, let's cover what temperament is. According to Experiencing the Lifespan by Janet Balsky, the definition of temperament is a person's characteristic, an inborn style of dealing with the world. It is important to be aware that every individual is born with their natural style of interacting with or reacting to people, places, and things. This temperament can be modulated by environmental factors, such as parental response. Temperament is important in parenting, in knowing the proper parenting techniques and how to discipline, as well as how it affects the parent's view of the child and themselves as a parent. Both of these dimensions are critical in determining how the parent-child relationship evolves over time. So since parents can't change or determine the child's temperament style, parenting needs to be molded around the child's temperament. Those who try and make their child fit their concept of the perfect child will usually end up feeling very frustrated. So, a better approach is to observe and learn the infant's behavioral style. Then change the way you react to the situation. For example, if a child is shy, do not reprimand them for being hesitant toward a stranger. Or if the child is irregular, don't punish them for not being hungry at every meal or ready to sleep at every bedtime. There are 9 types of temperament traits to analyze that will help you determine what type of temperament the child has. The first is activity. Is the child always moving and doing something, or does he or she have a more relaxed style? Next is rhythmicity. Is the child regular in his or her eating and sleeping habits, or somewhat haphazard? Approach and withdrawal. Question the child's reaction to strangers. Do they tend to shy away from new people and things? Adaptability. Can the child adjust to changes in routines or plans easily, or does he or she resist transitions? Intensity of the child's reaction. Does the child react strongly to situations, positive or negative, or does he or she react calmly and quietly? The quality of mood. Does the child often express a negative outlook, or is he or she generally a positive person? Does his or her mood shift frequently, or are they usually even-tempered? Persistence and attention span. Does the child give up as soon as a problem arises with a task, or does he or she keep on trying? Does the child stick with an activity for a long time, or does his or her mind tend to wander? Distractibility. Is the child easily distracted from what he or she is doing, or can he or she shut out the external distractions and stay with the current activity? Threshold of responsiveness. Is the child bothered by external stimuli, such as loud noises, bright lights, food textures, or does he or she tend to ignore them? Now that you have questioned the 9 traits, you can now determine which type of temperament the child has. There are 3 types of temperament. The first are easy babies. Approximately 40% of infants are easy babies. Easy babies adjust easily to new situations, are generally cheerful, easy to calm, happy, and regular in their eating and sleeping habits. Because of their easy style, parents should set aside special time to talk about frustrations, hurts, and other concerns, because these children won't demand or ask for it. So communication is key in strengthening your relationship with easy children. The next type of temperament are difficult children, which are usually 10% of infants. Difficult types of children are often fussy, irregular in feeding and sleeping routines, and are fearful of new people and situations. Difficult babies can be easily upset by noise, are high-strung and intense in their reactions. And when looking at parenting methods for difficult children, it is helpful to provide areas for vigorous play. This will help work off stored energy and frustrations. Other methods that will help these children are to prepare them for the changes by using redirection and activity changes. The last type of temperament are slow to warm up babies. Usually 15% of infants are slow to warm up. Slow to warm up children are cautious, relatively inactive, and fussy. They tend to withdraw or to react negatively to new situations, but gradually become more positive with continuous exposure. Some preparations to encourage independence for slow to warm up children would be sticking to a routine in your word, but also allowing enough time to establish relationships to new situations. Many people tend to associate personality with temperament. However, they are very different. So before we take a closer look at the differences between temperament and personality, let's take a look at what defines personality. According to Warren and Carmichael, personality is the entire mental organization of human being at any stage of his development. It embraces every phase of human character, intellect, temperament, skill, morality, and every attitude that has been built up in the course of one's life. There are 5 respects in which there are at least a popular difference between personality and temperament. The first is that temperament is biologically determined, whereas personality is the product of a social environment. Second, temperamental features may be identified from early childhood, whereas personality is shaped in later periods of development. Third, individual differences in temperament traits like anxiety, extroversion, introversion, and stimulus seeking are also observed in animals, whereas personality is the prerogative of humans. Fourth, temperament stands for stylistic aspects, whereas personality for contact aspects of behavior. And fifth, unlike temperament, personality refers to the integrative function of human behavior. There are other factors that may influence temperament. Some factors include biochemical, genetic, neural, psychobiological, and psychophysiological. All of these have had very few studies with direct measurement to temperament, but could provide useful with further research. Everyone is born with strengths and weaknesses, no matter the type of temperament you are born with. It is how you as parents, teachers, and individuals work with these children that will allow them to succeed. Now that you have learned the basics, you are better prepared to help them adjust to their social environment. Thank you for your time. For more information, check out the following references.